Keita, Henderson, Ox as well?
We'll have to see. Still not with Hendo. We have now, of course, we made further assessment, and we know now whether it's serious enough. Probably, I would say, to rule him out for the weekend, and yeah, international break will be long enough, hopefully, to bring him back. But it's obviously a little one with the ankle, how it looked in the first place, and so. It was the best scan we could get, I would say, but still not good enough. But that was clear. So yeah, not good, but okay. Now we have to see how if he can train today. It's boys come in a bit later today, and then we will make a couple of checks. It was positive now, but we have to see if it stays positive when he goes outside. And Oxley. I heard nothing new about it, so there's no rush now. Of course, not for the weekend anyway, but in general. So I think for sure after the international break he will be 100% fit.
Obviously on Wednesday you said what a big night it was, and Liverpool back on the international stage. When it's at a night like that, a win like that away to Bayern Munich, what impact then does it have on the group as a whole?
A much better impact than if you lose, of course, but you can use both. You lose a game like this and you say we are focused now completely on the league and now we have to strike back, all that stuff, so you can use always a defeat, but it's better you win. And that's what we did in an impressive way, how I thought. And that helps, of course. It just shows in that competition that we made the next step. It's not last year, I think, when we came through, it was always about sensational, free-flowing kind of football in a specific way, scoring from all areas, stuff like that. This was, how I said, was from my point of view the most mature performance we had so far in all European competitions since I'm in, and that I like that a lot. So that was really good. I said after the game, in a game like this, it's pretty rare that one team is shining completely and the other team has a bad hair day or whatever. So it doesn't happen a lot. So you have to work really for each yard, for each inch, and that's what the boys did. And in the decisive moments, you have to be there, defensively and offensively. Was really good. I was really happy, and that was not really to expect in that way. And people spoke about Bayern was not really maybe like Bayern usually is. I would say all the credit to my boys because we didn't let them. That's all what you have to do in a game like this.
So after an occasion like that, how tricky a test is Fulham away?
I know my boys now 3.5 years, and I would say it's tricky in itself because it's Fulham, and I know what you all people probably expect, but it's we know about that. It's nothing to do really with the Champions League game on Wednesday. So it's just a very important game to us. We don't think about the situation in the table or whatever. We are only focused on our situation, but we know and how difficult it is. We only have to take our game against Fulham at home. So we need a genius moment from Ali, Trent, and Mo to win that game, and so it's difficult, but we have to see it as an opportunity because it's just the next game we play. It's a very important one, but Fulham has a difficult season, obviously. But since Scott is in, you can see the change. Yeah? It's really kind of a breath of fresh air. It's like they lost the 2 games against Chelsea, which is a difficult one for all teams in the league, obviously, and at Leicester with a new manager there. So that's but they were really pretty impressive. So that's all in our books. That's all we know all that, and now we have to make sure that that we are really spot on from the first second, and hopefully we can win that game.
Peter? Jurgen, how strong is the belief among the players now that they can go on from Wednesday and go on through the next few weeks to actually win one, maybe win both competitions?
We are now quite for a while in that situation, so it's not that we change our mood constantly or whatever. We are focused on the season. The season means for us that we have to play 2 competitions. On Wednesday it was Champions League. From now on for a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, I'm not sure exactly when the next round is in the Champions League. It's Premier League, and no problem with that. For a lot of boys, it's then playing with their national teams, but that's all. So it didn't change. I was happy, and I saw obviously heard in the dressing room after the game that the players were happy as well. It was a big one for all of us, but we were always focused, and we will stay focused. That's all what I can say. It's not that we are surprised about ourselves that we can beat Bayern. About how we did it, I'm not surprised, but I'm really happy that we could prove something like that. And now let's be completely concentrated on Fulham, and don't think about what happens afterwards or whatever. Just play that game and stay in the same mood like we always were, confident but greedy. Yeah, very important, aggressive, all that stuff, direct, all what you need in a football game. Stay in that mood, and then everything will be fine.
And how big a test are the next few weeks for you personally? Because for you to be remembered in the history books here, you've got to win something.
You can't imagine how less I'm interested in that. I'm never thought about myself in that job. I needed pretty much 2 years when we became champion with Dortmund, and people said, "Oh, the Meistertrainer is the German champions coach," or whatever, that they really spoke about me, because I don't need that. So my job is to do everything I can. To help the team, that we can be as successful as possible, and I'm not searching for being remembered in 50 years or whatever that people speak about me. For me, it's no pressure. It's only opportunity. I love what I do. I think I have a fantastic team out there, and that's all what I need to be a happy person. And but I respect a lot the desire of all the people and the players and all that stuff, and I can be really part of that. I can be part of that dream and all that stuff, but it's not for me at the end. It's just for the people.
You'll be judged on trophies, won't you? You'll be judged.
If I'm not interested in I'm not interested who judge me. God judged me one day, and that's the only thing I'm interested in. What other people say about me, I couldn't be less interested.
Oh, sorry, no, Juliet. Apologies. Other way around. Juliet. Juliet, in a minute.
When you talk about knowing your players as well as you have done over the last 3.5 years, James Milner on Wednesday night, obviously you said, most of us buzzing a little bit in Munich, about the added motivation of the near misses of the last few seasons, the disappointments. Do you notice that then within your players, maybe that extra bit of adrenaline coming into this stage of the season?
That's normal, that you want to prove things, but it's not that we wake up in the morning and think we lost against City in the Carabao Cup final, or maybe there was a different name that day. European League final against Sevilla and against Real Madrid in Kiev. Yesterday I watched Chelsea in Kiev. It was the stadium where we played. Obviously, I didn't remember one part of the stadium. So it's just not important anymore. We have to. It's of course what we tried to do after that. We try to use it in a positive way. That's 100%. You want to show, you want to prove things, you want to make things better and all that stuff. That's 100% like that. But the boys don't wake up in the morning and think about that. But in the competition, it was always clear. The way the things we did last year helped us, of course, this year, because it's our experience. It's not that we're the most experienced team, but we had a very fresh experience from last year. What do we have to do? And it helped us a lot for the game against Munich, because we lost all 3 away games in the Champions League this season. Or we lost actually against the final, obviously, and then Rome as well. So the last 5 Champions League away games we lost. The reason for that was simple, because we didn't defend like we want to defend. And at Munich, we defended like we wanted to defend, 100%. And from this basis, then, you can win away games, you can win each football game. And so it helped a lot what we experienced last year. But about the finals, we don't think. And we will see if what happens today, what happens in a couple of weeks, few weeks, who we play, how we play. If there will be a final at the end, good. Yeah. And then we have to think about the final, but not now.
With the games ticking down now in the Premier League, is there much importance psychologically in taking a step and moving back above City and being ahead of City?
Being ahead of City with City and game in hand is not that important, but we have a game at the weekend, and we want to win that game. Obviously, that we are then ahead, that doesn't mean a lot, to be honest. The game in hand of City is United, then I think. So that's for sure not an easy one, but it's not decided at the weekend because of that. And all the stories will be written, but we would accept that these stories because that would mean we would have won the game, which is, how is that difficult enough? The only thing we think about. It's just psychologically. We didn't struggle because we are not ahead of them anymore. That doesn't change. We are really, or we try to be as often and as long as possible in the tunnel. Really focus on the football game. And if there's something to celebrate at the end of the season, we will be the first being involved in the celebration. But until then, let's play football.
Can I just ask about the importance of Sadio's goals in the last sort of 3 months? Particularly the responsibility off Salah's shoulders when he was maybe playing well but not scoring.
But it's good that we split the goals a little bit. Absolutely, it's good. But look, we have now, don't know how many points we have. 73. Who knows how many points we have? 73. You have it in there, or you knew it without reading? Oh, that's great. So 73 points. Each goal we scored brought us there. And from time to time, it's clicking for the one more. I think a very, very good situation in the Bayern game was to explain the situation of Mo a little bit, because I think he's in outstanding shape. But the situation he had when in the last second Süle came with the foot, that's a goal. Huh? If Süle would switch off, Mo did everything right, and nobody can know that Süle is still there and put the foot in. So that's a situation what he has in the moment, or had in the moment a little bit, and for Sadio it's different. So thank God, that's how it is. That's how it is. Really important. All the goals the boys scored are so important to us. Who scores is not too important, but of course it helps if the boys are confident and know what they do. The first goal, what Sadio scored in Munich, probably if you have 5 or 6 games, if you didn't score for 5 or 6 games, then you will not score that goal. But it was like completely natural, the whole thing, and it's at the end everybody criticized Neuer, but it was just world class from Sadio, and we have to accept that as well. So it's a good moment. Hopefully it stays like this. That's the most important thing to us. The goals we scored so far are important, but not so important than the goals we will score until the end of the season.